wonderful atmosphere, world-class talent on display, title-deciding implications, all the makings. A battle of Germany's best to kick off Super Saturday. Wolfsburg against... These two sides have shared the last 13 Frau. Both sides have made a solid start to the season, a surprising draw apiece. For Wolfsburg, it took place on match day 1. They were back. Now Linnet Berenstein, and she's on the run against Glorious Vigorstatich. The Bayern captain stands her ground well. There's a status that I don't think Bayern are going to relinquish easy as Stanway goes diving in on Janina Minge. In the eyes of throwing an early line on what will and will not be allowed in what should be a very... Now Svenja Hoot in behind Franziska Kett, finds Berenstein, and Quinn just about Bayern for Freiburg before joining Wolfsburg in the summer. But now Bayern with the riposte. Clara Bühl, the danger woman. Clara Bühl goes it alone, and well, you could maybe argue that Bayern's front line this season have started a little. Vanessa Gilles, the Canadian centre-back, and Lena Oberdorf not in the starting lineup. But Clara Bühl has not started slowly. Corner comes to nothing. Best back line, one that is yet to concede this season. At the other end, though, here's Gwyn looking for Harder. Oh, Caruso needed to let it run, and Harder pokes it through to Gwyn now. Harder makes the run, but Gwyn's cross. Stopping her and Bayern in their tracks. These two sides have already met once this season. Bayern winning the Super Cup 4-2, 15,000 in Karlsruhe. Bühl now looking for Tanikawa, and good cross. Tanikawa was in the right place. First sight of goal for... Well won by Wolfsburg. Now Pop with a headed effort! Is Alex Pop. Has her first sight of goal. A gift of a pass there from Clara Bühl. He may not have learned some of the lessons from the midweek defeat. The two best teams in Germany. Courtesy of Vivian Enderman, missing out today through injury. Or Stanway gets caught, but play goes on. Caruso, lovely cross. Harder attacks, doesn't get there. Clara Bühl, what can she conjure up? And stinging the park. Didn't have a lot else on here, Clara Bühl. Season opening against Leverkusen. Now another corner fist in, it's through to Daumann, and oh, what a challenge that is. This is a real chance, but look at the defending there from in the vital moments. Daumann did have a few bodies between her and the goal, but... Now Bühl back into the mix, long Daumann. Svenja Hoot's done well here. Clipping it in towards Sakai by Mahmutovic. There was more on offer there for Wolfsburg. That was a wonderful idea by Justin. Oh, that's a loose pass from Gwyn, who then asked the question of what's going on in the Bayern back line. Now Pop and Berenstein look to combine. Through Pop to Janu Levels, who drives forward. Clipping into Svenja Hoot. Svenja Hoot, blocked by Stina Palisaya. Now the break might be on for Bayern. Wolfsburg need to be wary. player that seems to be benefiting from the injury suffered to Clara Bühl a few weeks ago. Stanway now lines one up from range. Showing signs of being a little bit shell-shocked from the humbling defeat. It's still a backline that hasn't looked as stable as in recent seasons, and those vulnerabilities were it. Neat play by Tanikawa. Looking for a deal with the pass, but well read by Stina Balizaya, who now bursts forward. Bühl, return pass to the offside. Pointed to where she wanted it, but the run operation from her fellow centre-back Vanessa Gilles, who's been in fine goal-scoring form at the start of this season. Right now, Glaudis. Given away so cheaply. Labels now. Wolfsburg have to pounce. I'm not sure if Mahmutovic got a touch on its way. Scratch of the head there for Stefan Lerche, maybe scratching his head at some of these terrible passes out from the back by Bayern. This afternoon, the guilty party in that regard, but she's a little bit rattled. Can't let too many moments like that go unpunished, and that's maybe... Bühl now at the other end. Clara Bühl. In Bayern aren't at their best. Sometimes it doesn't matter, because when you've got a player, Bayern have been riding it one moment, and it's a moment of magic from Clara Bühl. She shoulders the responsibility. Advantage Bayern. The table clash breaks the deadlock. And now they'll have the bit between their teeth. Stanway, early delivery after the half-hour mark, as opposed to before. It made it 3-1 at the time. Balizaya, beaten, 16 goals scored. She might have had that award all to herself had injury not... A good solution found in a difficult situation there by Franziska Kett. A Bayern player, a world-class talent. Wolfsburg invited forward here. The 1-2 busting run through the middle. It's a 2-on-2 break. Clara Bühl dances past Camilla Kuva, and fingertips from Sina Johannes. You cannot overcommit against... There was that really intense phase of play in Wolfsburg's favour, but now Bayern have seized the initiative. Tanikawa, shot blocked, it comes to Harder. Bayern looking a little unsure of themselves, even if their dominance... Kett driving to the byline, and that's a good run. Looking for the cutback that was... though admittedly littered with a few more individual errors than perhaps we're used to, but then that is the nature of an intense battle like this. Two teams that put... And right now you can argue that in many ways they are bringing the best, all at the same time trying to shut down Harder, who keeps dropping back from that lone striker role just to link everything up for Bayern as Caruso, cheeky nutmeg, but can't quite. You've got to appreciate the season. 22 years of age. Caroline Simon out injured now after tearing a muscle against Barcelona. Naschenwenger's Still making her way back to... Well, Svenja Hoot has room to work with and picks the wrong cross. She wanted to try and feed the runner, Franziska Ketz, out wide, but had the door shut. Ketz done well, though, to get past Hoot here and gets the foul to go in her favour. Share words. Sven. She's got it in her locker. This will be perhaps the last kick of the first half. Oh! Ends with a narrow 1-0 lead for Bayern. A goal up against the joint record title holders. Tells a slightly different story. But fortunately for Bayern, they have Clara Bühl in their ranks, and she has produced a 1-0 advantage as we get the second half underway. Clara Bühl's moment of brilliance. You missed a very competitive and combative first half, and the second half picking up right where they first left off. But here's Cora Sakai bearing down on goal, and corner doesn't have the beating of Glorious. Oh. Here's Svenja Hoot with the corner. Oh, dangerous. Oh, it's through. Mahmutovic. Oh, swing and a miss from Caruso. The final touch is in. Now scramble. Wolfsburg leveled it down as an own goal. It's Janina Minger's shot, the one that's decisive. But it comes off, and I reckon Minger's shot was going wide. Well wide, in fact. Perfect start to the second half in this top-of-the-table clash. Well, she has been in fine goal-scoring form at the start of fourth in the Frauen-Bundesliga. If it goes her way, she also scored in the Super Cup defeat to Bayern. She does have penalties. Franziska Ketz with an important header at the back. Well won back by Kuva, though. And Wolfsburg have really started on the front foot here at the second half. I do reckon it will go down as an Ariana Caruso own goal at the end of the day. Caruso, nice touch onto Tanikawa, needed another one to Daumann. Takes a little too long from Tanikawa, and I don't... In that clash with Alara, she's felt some... Clara Bühl. Linda, well aware of her talents. Risky from Wolfsburg and Wedemeyer. Two back heels. Oh, what a ball that is. Kvin will get there as well. Tanikawa, the only... One-hour! Pops up in the right place at the right time to give will be asked of the Wolfsburg defending. But for Momoko Tanikawa, completely misjudged the flight of the ball, and in this top-of-the-table clash, it's advantage Bayern once again. But what was Wedemeyer doing? Just places it beyond. Almost look at what's happened in the second half as following the same story as some suspect goalkeeping, but ultimately a tidy finish from Tanikawa that does the same. And now Bayern Wolfsburg. And here's Bühl. Just sizing up Zerai Linda. Harder, touch beyond Wedemeyer, harder! In play by Bayern. Scything through the Wolfsburg backline. What a touch, though. Wedemeyer just left standing. To the reflexes, though, of Stina Johannes, keeping the scoreline respectable. Now a corner for Bühl. Goes low. Attempted to flick on. Shots from long range. Needs to fashion clear-cut opportunities for herself, Cora Sakai. Corner comes in. Pop rises. And there is threat in the air as Svenja Hoot looks for Berenstein. Oh, again. Another chance to cross and pop. Levels. It comes now to Kieland. Charged down by Tanikawa. Stefan Lech inquires from the sidelines. I think it more came off the body. She's replaced by Alara. Meanwhile, Glodis in the corner now and bursts beyond Kuva. Unfortunately, her pass picked off. Stanway, though. Tradition, would a draw be an acceptable result for the She-Wolves? Perhaps. But Bayern want more. And Bühl, almost in behind there. Level with Esther FFT Frankfurt. Clara Bühl, she's in that spot again, and a deflection on the effort. Sarai Linda takes it behind for a corner. Uncontested, and Linda, I think, did a little bit of to play off the shoulder of the last woman. Right now, Berenstein, into feet for Minge. Svenja Hoot, pocket of space. Now Minge! Final third. Berenstein, Pedamors, Hoot, and then Janina Minge. Can they heed the call? Berenstein! Making a new... Berenstein. Linnet Berenstein. Trying to stand up Belisaya. Berenstein! Stina Belisaya. Levels corner. Headed clear, but only to Berenstein! But it's the side of it. Oh, she has had her chances. Sat up so quickly bring it under the spell. Only has Berenstein up in support. Now here comes Pedamors. Ella Pedamors! But there you see. Yes, Bayern have had more of possession, but Wolfsburg have started to do more with what they have had of the ball. Champions League in midweek. Today it feels like same old story. These are the... Here come Wolfsburg. Pedamors leads the charge. He's got Kessia Bussy to her left. Kessia Bussy took too long to get the shot off. Now Linda, this is a lot of space to work with. Oh, brilliant cross! Or this afternoon where Bayern have been riding their luck a little bit at the back. I think they necessarily had to, but they do the sporting thing. An outfielder. A fun fact about Mahmutovic, her Frauen Bundesliga debut was Esner. Now Lea Schuller. This is where they want Wolfsburg stretched, and that's a foul on Lea Schuller every day of the last woman. Ganz ruhig, stay calm. Silver's in the middle, and that might be the only saving grace of a clear and obvious goal-scoring opportunity. Time off the clock and manage the game here. Oh, Lara! She's through on goal, Alara! Close the show! They're going to win this top of the table clash. Lost her woman. And Alara was never going. And the icing on the cake applied by Alara. Looked like she just lost the ball under her feet there, but Bielda invitation. Response against another team of Champions League caliber. And they want more. Clara Bühl wants more. And Bühl, well, she has been brilliant all afternoon. You can forgive her of their capabilities tonight. Oh, Bussy with the chance! Oh, the hands were raised in the Bayern back line, hoping opportunity for Kessia Bussy to make the scoreline look a little scraps away, but that will be that. It is Bayern who sees the early initiative. Defending champions Bayern, who come out on top at the Volkswagen Arena. The final score, the star of the show. and they weren't at their best. The second half, a lot more evenly matched, a lot more close to peak performance levels from both teams. Momoko Tanikawa